Look out, Judy Mathis and Joe Brown. There's a new TV judge on the bench. Our next guest plays the no-nonsense Judge Renslayer of the Time Variance Authority in the much-anticipated new Marvel TV show, Loki.
Variant L1130, a.k.a. Loki Laufeyson, is charged with sequence violation 72089. How do you plead?
Madam, a god doesn't plead. Look, this has been a very enjoyable pantomime, but I'd like to go home now.
Are you guilty or not guilty, sir?
Guilty of being the god of mischief? Yes. Guilty of finding all this incredibly tedious? Yes. Guilty of a crime against the sacred timeline? Absolutely not. You have the wrong person.
Loki is on Disney Plus now. Please welcome Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Hi, Gugu. How are you?
Hi, I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. Where are you right now?
I'm in quarantine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm in Vancouver on day 12 of 14 days of quarantine.
Oh, the entry quarantine. I see. Oh, yeah, when you go into Canada, you have to be incarcerated, basically, for 2 weeks.
Pretty much. I've been in this little grey box for nearly 2 weeks. Yeah.
And so you're in like an apartment or something? Boy, that's a long time.
Yeah. You have to stay in a hotel for the first 3 days, and then you have your test, and then if you get, you pass your COVID test, then you get to kind of go to your apartment. So that's where I am.
Wow, and where do they pick? Do you pick the hotel that you stay in, or do they put you in whatever hotel they feel like?
There's a list.
Oh.
I picked a nice one with a view and everything, and they can check up on you once you move to your apartment. So I should just say, if there's a knock at the door from the quarantine police, I am legally required to take it and let them know I'm here.
Have they checked in the 12 days you've been there?
Not yet. I keep
not.
waiting. Yeah.
I hear they send Mounties. They ride up on their horses. Well, it's kind of a bummer that I'm sure you obeyed the rules and stayed inside and nobody's come to check on you.
I know, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of hoping they'll come, in the next 2 days, but we'll see. But I'm looking forward to a bounty, yeah.
Yeah, even just to have some human contact, it would be nice. Is it terrible to be inside, like to be in a room for 12 days straight?
Well, I've got a little apartment, so it's not just one room. There's a few rooms. I've got my little kitchen and my little bathroom and stuff. And I brought my little trampoline with me. So I've been doing some rebounding just, while I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm literally bouncing on my trampoline to kind of keep my spirits up.
You brought a trampoline into Canada.
Well, I didn't travel with it. The production actually put it in the apartment for me.
I see.
Yeah.
That's a weird item on the contract, Ryder, and I'll need a trampoline.
Yeah, travels with trampoline. You know what? It's one of those weird forms of exercise that I just discovered in the pandemic. I went to one of these classes just before the first lockdown, and I just loved it so much. It made me feel like I was about 7 years old. You can't bounce on trampoline more than 2 or 3 times without feeling, uplifted. So I thought, this is what I need for quarantine.
How long will you bounce on that trampoline?
I do little classes. There's classes you can do online, where you sort of have instructions and stuff. One of my friends does the classes at the same time, and then we sort of do a little sort of FaceTime afterwards and, pretend we've been to class together.
Wow, how about that? So do you have Disney Plus in your little prison there that you're in?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Did you watch Loki last night when it premiered?
I actually saw it a couple of days
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it was... Did it come out... Were you impressed by the way it came out?
I was. I mean, it's so amazing, working on that show. The sets are so epic. And yet when you finally see it with all the special effects and, the music and everything, it still kind of blows my breath away, even though I was there.
Yeah. Were you at all disappointed that you didn't get a superhero costume?
What are you saying? My costume's pretty good. I mean, I know it's not like traditional cape and stuff, but I like my costume.
You did like your costume, okay. Because, it's fun because I think most people are very excited when they get the costume to start, and then almost immediately they hate the costume. But
I know. I mean, I felt like I had it sort of easy in being in a suit, but it's like silk and wool. It's a pretty hot costume to wear for some of the fight scenes, but you know, not as bad as some of the armor.
I assume you know the backstory because in the comics, Judge Renslayer is also Terminatrix, who, you know this, right?
I know a little bit about the backstory, yeah.
It sounds like a company that comes and kills rats in your home, but it's not. And then she has a love interest in the comics with Kang the Conqueror, who goes back a long way and who is going to be in the Ant-Man movie that's coming out. So, well, that would make you, I think, a bad guy if you were to cross over into that movie. Mm-hmm. Yes? Is anything ringing a bell here?
Oh, I don't know if that's the quarantine police coming. I might have to just...
All right. You've known Tom Hiddleston for a long time, right?
Yes, I have. We were at drama school at the same time. So I was actually in the year above him, even though he's a bit older than me. So I was very much aware of him at drama school, for sure.
Was it as dramatic as we imagined drama school might be?
Yeah, I mean, we went to RADA, which is, you know, this classical theatre training. You do quite a lot of Shakespeare and all sorts of, you know, more method, you know, style training. But, you know, there's some more alternative kind of styles of movement and stuff like that. I mean, probably the most notorious one that we have at RADA was the Animal Project.
What is the Animal Project?
It's sort of this movement course that you do in the second year, and it's sort of a rites of passage where you have to embody an animal, and everyone takes it really seriously. You go to the zoo, you study your animal, you get to choose any animal. You know, there's from any animal you like. I mean, people often choose, say, a gorilla or something, but that's considered easy because it's a bit too close to humans, you know. Yeah. So you have to do this presentation, and then you're sort of judged on it and how you presented your animal.
And what animal did Tom do? Do you remember?
I think he did a black mamba, some kind of snake, which, you know, as far as Loki is concerned, is probably quite an apt, you know, slippery kind of lizard-like animal. So, yeah.
So he would be like hissing and moving his head around and that kind of thing in the class? Oh, what a class this must have been. And what were you? What animal did you pick?
I chose a bat.
A bat?
I basically sort of got these ropes and hung them, you know, around the dance studio and hung upside down and did sort of this interpretive dance to Nina Simone's Strange Fruit. Yeah, it was very drama school. But yeah, I loved it.
So you're also Batgirl is what you're telling us. Wow. You might be the first to cross over. Well, congratulations on the show. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's called Loki. It is on Disney Plus right now. Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Thank you, Gugu. We'll be back with music from T-Pain and Kehlani. Congratulations on making it to the end of a YouTube video. Why not celebrate by clicking the subscribe button? You earned it.